Now this is more like it. Big Buck Hunter has been hacked. And what we're going to see today is just a proof of concept. This isn't something that's been released to the public, but it may be in the future. Reddit user PNILLED was gracious enough to share this project that he's done with folks. Even though, there's really not much you can take from it right now, it's awesome as a proof of concept. So the history of Arcade1up modifications has been around mod. Just the word mod is such an all-encompassing word. It's almost meaningless. But I feel like every time I read it in regard to one of these arcades, people are talking about a very, very simple thing, which is removing basically the computer in the machine and replacing it with a completely different computer. But this is a little more appealing to me. This is reusing the existing PCB that comes in the arcade, the little printed circuit board, and it's running different games off of it. This is basically just like if you guys were ever into hacking your Nintendo Mini or your Sega Mini. Those all had really user-friendly interfaces for you to add more games. Now, it wasn't officially sanctioned or anything, but these were pretty safe, kind of free software products that anybody could download and install. And I did that on some of my mini consoles and had a good time with it. But you work within the existing interface, you add some more games and all of that. Now, some of those modifications meant running the emulator that came packaged with those mini consoles. Others involved running RetroArch, a completely third-party foreign to the mini console emulator. So this, from what I've read, involves just that. It involves getting RetroArch to run new games that you've added to the existing PCB. Very cool project. I'm honestly a little surprised this hasn't happened sooner. Maybe because everybody was so busy putting Raspberry Pis in their arcades that there wasn't as much demand. But to me, reusing the existing hardware is just a lot cooler. It's also a lot more challenging. So, for this guy to figure all this out on his own is amazing. Very cool. This is the first breakthrough I've seen in a long time with truly hacking the board. Previously, an eBay seller named Barry Sneaky has hacked circuit boards for some of the old games, but just to unlock additional games that were already on the circuit boards but hidden. Namely, I think the Galaga board had some hidden features. There were others. He also unlocked the rapid fire mode in Galaga, but whatever. This is pretty cool, and it leverages Big Buck Hunter. So if you read through this, he explains how it works. And the bottom line is this isn't something you can download now and use, but I want to show you guys the video he posted. Take away this picture, running Time Crisis, and apparently you can connect a pedal and it will recognize a pedal. So you can fully experience Time Crisis on official Arcade1up hardware. Again, is anybody really going to do that on this small screen on a Buck Hunter shaped cabinet? I doubt it. I mean, maybe for novelty. If I were ever to install this, it would be to do a video on it and show it to you guys, but I don't think I'd leave it on there. But anyway, he goes through this Reddit user goes through and explains that this hack can be applied with a USB stick, and then you can very easily be de-applied, so you can remove any remnants of the hack from the board, and you're back to normal, and that's a very good sign to see. But take a look at this. So we've got a number of shooting games on what looks like some kind of custom launcher, or maybe some just default Android selection screen. I don't really know. But there it is, Duck Hunt running. And this is with the Sinden hardware. So keep in mind, normally when you see these kind of videos with different games running, you're going to be seeing really a computer in the background plugged up to different guns. These are the stock Sinden guns, which only seem to be able to work with the Buck Hunter Pro cabinet. Apparently, he's adding this hack via the USB ports that you plug the guns into. So your first thought might be, well, can this come to other Arcade1up products because they don't have those full-size female USB ports? But he says yes, anything with the micro USB, so basically Gen 3 Arcade1ups and beyond, are able to have this hack applied, and this particular person is looking to do that. So I'm really excited to see what he does next. I mean, this is super cool, and just from a purely creative project perspective, man, this is super dope that he was able to get all this stuff working. Let's take a look at Time Crisis in action with the pedal in play. I mean, there it is. Everything works. and it's that Sinden we know and love. So very awesome proof of concept, for one, of this game running on this hardware. So that's the other thing. We now have an answer, at least again, if I'm reading this correctly, and if the original poster sees this and I've mixed up any of your details, let me know in the comments, because that's my caveat on this. I'm not someone who can do these things, so I'm kind of speaking out of left hand here. If I get a detail wrong, please correct me, but I believe he's running all of this on the stock PCB. So to get Time Crisis to work on that stock PCB is really interesting. I would invite you guys to take a look at this original post with all the detail. Very awesome stuff. But I wanted to bring to you that this has happened. You now can effectively jailbreak. If you guys remember jailbreaking the old iPhones, or basically jailbreaking the Nintendo Mini, stuff like that. That's what this is. It's here now. It's at least a proof of concept stage, and hopefully soon we'll be able to download this bad boy to our computers and get this thing going. Big shout out to P-Nil for posting this in the first place. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy the video, hit that like button, and I'll catch you guys soon. Hey, consider hitting that join button to support the channel, and thanks so much for watching.